Alright, hello everyone, it's mysticjuicer back with some more Yomi action. This is IYL Season 4 play-ins, me versus Shax. Whoever wins this is going to move on to playoffs, single elimination between all of the 8 different divisions, until a Yomi Bowl champion will be crowned. Apologies, so just a few words first. So again, same principle here. Shax is typically a Persephone Valerie player. Picking DeGray here, I believe, because he was really worried that I would play Onimaru as my opener. I guess not liking either of those matchups versus either Persephone or Valerie. So I open Rook and find DeGray again. Same thing as Carandio. See if it works out better for me this time. But I do want to note, so that my face is missing, and I realized what I wanted to do is I actually recorded this. Sorry, got to interrupt myself again. Love that 10 attack into 9 throw. A lot of free damage. But yeah, my face is missing from this. What I wanted to do was actually record everything. And then re-record the video with me commentating the video so that I could do reaction cam to my commentary. But the quality of the video is actually 480p, and I can't seem to get it to HD. And if I record that and then upload that, the degradation is just going to be awful. So I will, I guess, continue to just provide normal player cam and talk over that. So apologies for the slightly more boring video than usual. You can't see my frustrated and or smiling face. We've drawn very well. Really, yeah, okay. I felt like the throw had a pretty high level of success. Looking back on it now, not sure if I really like throwing away the 9 block. 9 block is so good. But hey, it worked, so we're fine. Okay, what are we going to do here? Throwing again is perfectly fine. Blocking here is perfectly fine. Depends on whether he's going to wake up with an attack or a throw. I'm putting my bet on throw or block here. So we're going to be aggressive. We're going to throw some more. And we were right. He even odd blocked, which is so nasty, because the other thought was, oh, okay, well, he's going to gain 12 health, but I can still cross him up with this 7 into 21, but that would have been, just the grossest. So instead, we've got a nice life lead. Do not attack with that 8. What are you doing? Why ever? Yeah, please, me, take advice from yourself and never attack with anything that loses the pile bunker. It's just not worth it. 4 poke is actually pretty good here, I feel like, because he hasn't ace dodged yet. I've done a fair amount of being aggressive, and we just played the 8 attack, which indicates that, you know, I mean, a smart player wouldn't play it unless it was their only attack option, basically. So kind of odd to... It's odd to me that that 4 didn't work, I guess. So face down from Shax, I pretty much have to play into this to get any kind of payoff off of this 4. Doing it this way also trades a queen for lack of moral high ground damage, which I'm fine with. Draw another 4, which is nice. We're at slightly higher card count than he is, so even a throw combo isn't going to do all that much damage. We managed to avoid a king. That's 2 of those out of the way. Our ace, my ace improves every combat reveal, does yours, basically. 2 kings now. We can start thinking about playing those. But I think he's still in a kind of aggressive, don't throw me, bro. Oh, no. Okay, so he switches it up, finds the ace dodge. Good success here. He's going to be able to pay this off for a lot of damage, which is why immediate face down with an 8, which is not doing us many favors. And we managed to expertly get out of that. Really had no business getting out of that with a 10 card gray hand. But hey, I'm happy about that. See if we can find a pile bunker or ace-ace here. Jack is fine. Jack is 7 damage. Hey, it's something. And we're on a nice life lead here. So we're doing fine. We're sitting pretty. We've got jacks, queens, ace-ace, and kings, and a single block, which is all we really need. So king does lose to point counterpoint or 5 attack. 5 attack is also very good. Johnny D bringing the hype. I'm going to try to absorb double aces here. Try to get it out of his hand. Ooh, wow, that's really crappy follow-up. So froze are still the order of the day. Okay, so he's going to put another ace in his hand. So again, he probably has 2 aces. Throw is very strong here, so probably 6 attack. Because if he wants to combo into those 2 aces, unless he has 3, now the king's a bad idea, because point counterpoint into aces is very face-up. Okay, luckily he doesn't have point counterpoint, or he at least chooses not to play it, and we deal 15 instead. We've got Jack 6-7 for 17 damage. Okay, we're gonna get hit here, but we've got 50 damage of slack that we can afford to give up. Okay, single queen, that's just 14, and knockdown, that is absolutely fine. No problemo. He's still got 2 aces, and probably only 2. I doubt he can dodge into... Oh yeah, quick look at my discard to see whether I have a really disproportionate amount of even blocks up there. I only have odd blocks in hand, and with that low a health total, okay, so he does in fact dodge some more. So this could be bad. This could be a lot of damage. Probably consider face downing here. Really only scared if that's throwaway, and it is not. Okay, so 2 aces confirmed in hand. Okay, now we've got 3 aces. So now the threat is him actually dodging into damage. That is probably going to put me on a block throw range that is beaten by just cross-up normal attempt. So a 4 is pretty good here. A 6 if he's really greedy and throws. Okay, yeah, we catch the point counterpoint. We could have found the 6-7, but that's not lethal anyway. So we have 4, 5, 6, but 4 into queen pump is way better. Yeah, so we've just got to be careful we don't throw away. That's probably the wrong card to throw away, because that was a rock armor of some kind. Yeah, that was definitely wrong. Okay, we're saved. Saved by the bell. So we have the potential of 6 into cross-up lethal. 6 also notably beating pile bunker. But I am going to try to block my way to victory here. And we find it. So, game 1, close it out with a good life total. Played, didn't get blown up by too much stuff in the early game, and then rode it to, hey, we got a pack as well. Nice. Johnny D. Taking notes on all my sick no dodge tech. Yeah, I don't like to dodge his rook. I think it's bad. The value is just not very good value. Okay, so Persephone. This was the matchup I was expecting. I think Persephone players typically think this is a pretty good match for Persephone. I think it's a pretty good match for Rook. So we'll see how that works out. Yeah, first turn throw, generally pretty anticipated. I can choose to just build hand here, or I can just choose to cash in some damage. choose to cash in damage, but because the aim of the game is just to reduce those 75 hit points to 0. Got 2 jokers, so we're doing pretty good. We should start playing around Mistress's Command at this point. Throws obviously don't count. You have to throw sometimes. But playing around Mistress's Command when you have valuable stuff in hand. Otherwise, so long as you have, you know, like a fair amount of blocks and stuff that can cover cross-up attempts, then you're generally fine. So we have Jack 7-8, but we don't really want to do that, probably, because we don't have anything to follow up. So Queen is a little bit better. The only unfortunate thing here, yeah, throw is still fine. The only unfortunate thing about playing Queen is that Persephone has 2.4 speed normal, so her 2 attack actually beats Queen clean. Pardon the rhyme there. But so sometimes you can just end up looking really, really silly as your giant rock fist gets like slapped out of the way, and then she combos into ace-ace, and you're on the ground. She draws cards, and it's just an ugly scene all around. So going to attempt a cross-up, an odd cross-up attempt here, but he is wise to my ways. The Jack, as a anti-cross-up move, basically as an anti-pushing buttons that aren't Jack or Queen or ace-ace move, is quite good. Really quite good. As it does beat his fastest normal attack. So both the 4 and the 5, which are the cross-up options, the best cross-up options, quote-unquote the best, considering they're so slow, that Rook has access to. So generally you want to be doing those cross-ups when you've got Entangling Vines up. I am going to Jack up here, even though I'm going to get put on the ground. There's really no reason for me to Joker here. It's not the damage that actually means anything. It's him getting cards back. So him refueling is the real trouble. I thought that throw was more likely than anything else. Luckily, he chooses to discard, I don't know, some cards. Yeah, forces a queen into discard, but gives me an ace instead, which is perfectly fine trade for me. We've still got a fair amount of life to work with. He is going to power up for at least 1 ace. 2 aces. So at this point, I'm furiously scribbling some notes about what's in his hand. Notably, I think basically everything in his hand is known except for 1 or 2 cards. Like 1 off the draw, maybe 1 other card. But yeah, I've definitely used up all my wake-up options, right? Yeah. So we hit him with the ace-ace. Just trying to cash in that damage as soon as we can. He still has not all that many options in hand. He still has ace-ace in hand. We've got to be careful about not getting Mistresses commanded. But I think it's pretty likely that he's either going to dodge into it or attempt a throw into it at this point. And we duff. We go to Duff City. Bit of a mistake here. I really should have pumped that to put him at sub 10 health, so that normal throw is lethal. But it's looking pretty good for us so far. The unfortunate thing is I don't have anything that doesn't lose to some sort of wake up. Even wake up Queen beats anything I can play here, which is really, really sad. So I really should block here, and I'm probably going to end up try to go for lethal. Unfortunately, run into the worst option. Well, no, second worst option. If he had been brave enough to play single ace there, I would have been in real trouble. But luckily, he just gets 1 card for this. It's not the worst combat loss I could take, to be quite honest. Yeah, immediate power up for aces. I should be checking his discard for how many queens he's got, because queen does beat ace clean. I don't really have much else. I should throw. Should probably throw. Yeah, I'm going to try the throw. This really loses hard to single ace if he has one. But I think fairly likely, I don't know. I feel like I've been better about just playing ace-ace when I have it, but maybe he doesn't believe. Maybe he has the read on me that I don't like to do that. Yeah, duffs out the 2, stays alive. Yeah, no face down there. Really probably should, yeah, because this kind of thing can happen to you. And that is a lot of damage I really didn't need to take. Yeah. That could have been 2 damage and him on 3 cards, or 4 cards when he draws. That's pretty gross. This is definitely way closer than I want it to be. So I can ace-ace now, or queen now, basically is the same thing. Queen loses to a bit more stuff, but I retain ace-ace if I do lose to something. Gets the dodge off. Am going to joker here because Mistress's Command would be an ugly way to lose this game. And Mistress's Command, if I don't have a joker here, is lethal. Like, there's no way I survive it. Yeah. So luckily he managed to get around that. He doesn't put me on the ground, so he doesn't get any more cards. So mix-up is still there. Ace-ace or throw. I could even go for a 3 block here. Okay, get him down to 3 health. We got to deal 3 more. Okay, Barrier Soul to see what kind of options I'm working with. Doesn't tell him anything, really. So I've got throw or 3 block. Ah, the sadness. At least he doesn't get aces for free. Gives me a 6. I can use that to power up. Oh no, sorry, that's on the draw, so if I don't throw with it, I can use it to power up next turn. Hint, hint to myself, don't play the 6s. Yeah, I have rock armor here. And run right into Mistress's Command, and this might be lethal? No, he doesn't have enough damage to be able to do anything with that. Yeah, I should probably power up here just to break Barrier Soul. Yeah, I think that was a mistake, because he can now deprive me of a specific rank of block and get the guarantee. Yeah, so that was strict misplay on my part. And there's really no reason not to power up the 6s there. They're not doing me any good in my hand. There's no rock armor combo that I can string together with them. I have all the throws I would ever need. So really no reason to keep those cards. So he is going to deprive me of a 5. Yeah. And hit me with the king. No face down because he knows my hand. Doesn't quite kill. I'm actually kind of surprised that he did that. Yeah, so he's giving me a shot to get into this. Yeah. The man without fear. So I've got a not take 7. So if I get thrown, I die. If I get hit with a normal into something like into a jack, I die. So he hits me with the 5. Does he have lethal? Okay. Does not have lethal. Oh, the king. If I had blocked once and played the king, I probably would have taken this game. Almost certainly play the king now. No sense not doing that. Probably going to kill with a 2 or a 3. Oh, yeah. Just keeps getting uglier and uglier. Yeah, and he's got the checkmate here. Especially if he has a 10 in hand, it's over. Guaranteed. But I am going to go for the throw, just in case he thinks that I have a special block somehow, draw it in the last couple turns. But I believe I played every card he gave me, so another bit of misplay. I could have played some misdirection maybe, but just got too aggressive. Alright, here we go. So I'm going to stick in this match. That was definitely a close game. Again, I stand by the fact that this is, at worst, even for Rook. Just got to play a little smarter. Hope I picked up a little bit of his tendencies. Try to shave off some of the mistakes I was making. So first turn throw again. Get hit by queen. And really should have thought about that first turn throw. Probably should have thrown with the 7 instead, because I'm now out of normal blocks, and I'm in a position where I've got to be aggressive. And he's just being aggressive right back at me. So could have punished this by just blocking twice in a row, which is sad. Sad position to be in, because he gets the queen back, and I'm now still on the back foot. My options are play a special block I don't really want to, or throw and hope he throws. Try to duff a throw with a 10. No, you should throw here, Simon. What are you doing? Stop looking at that 10. Bad idea. There we go. So the 10 would have worked. But no real reason to spend it there. I mean, 10s aren't great, but I can't really play it as a throw because Purse does like to throw. And it's not reasonable to expect it to win combat from that position. Go for the cross-up 5, which he's just not willing to block on knockdown. I guess because of those couple of throws and aggressive attempts in the Degree games. But I feel like Persephone should be pretty happy to block there occasionally. I mean, it works out for him, so clearly I'm wrong. I clearly need to be blocking more on Purse knockdown. Alright, so we've got 5, 6, 7, which is why I go for the 3 setup. Might be able to get some good mileage here. Deal some damage, put her on the ground. Immediate power up for double aces. Brutal. So getting hit with AA here is actually not that bad. So I'm really thinking of cross up 5. Again, this should work. He should be trying to throw me off his back here. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. His wrong blocks are too correct. It's too strong, these wrong blocks. So he's got ace-ace in hand. He's got a 7-card hand. It's looking ugly. We managed to diffuse single ace. Probably going to throw a 10 on here. No, okay. We might be able to make something out of that 10. If we draw another one, we can power it up. Okay, so we duffed a raw queen attempt. So hidden second secret double AA is pretty good here. Okay, just other single ace, also pretty effective. So yeah, kind of a tough option. I'm not going to power up. He can't. Oh, okay, I draw the other ace. Top deck Y. So he has the option of either getting rid of my aces or getting rid of my joker. Probably I would get rid of the joker. The aces are at least beaten by his raw AA. Or he can get rid of all of my blocks. Okay, he elects not to do that, instead get rid of a 6, which is weird. I should be reading into what that means. Does that mean he's only got even attacks? I guess he didn't want to play the 5 as an attack in case I do decide to rock armor. Rock armor would be awful there. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure about what that combat reveal meant. He does have 2 aces. He knows I have 2 aces and a joker. Can probably afford to just block here, to be honest. Because the safe play is to... Oh, okay, no, sure. I think I bluff this with a 10. Why bluff with the 7? Yeah, that seems really weird to me. I should definitely bluff with the 10 there. 7 is a pair. Breaking up a pair against Persephone is really silly. Getting more 7s means getting more aces. Here it just means having a 7 and a 10. I don't know why I'm protecting that 10 here. Might be a little bit of tilt. Okay, throw from the ground finally works. Get the life lead. We have no cards in hand. Yeah, this 10, super valuable 10 right now. I keep thinking he's going to duff me with a throw. So he finally plays ace-ace. This is actually fine. The hit to my health is not great, but he only gets a single card back from this. So I don't mind all that much. It is a single ace, which is not great. If I power up the 4s... Oh, and he gets second ace. So I don't have any reversals to his mind, so block is actually kind of face up here. And I should consider just duffing. Okay. Never mind. Face up block is good. 16 damage, we stand up. He doesn't get the vortex going. He doesn't have the counter to punish that, or chooses not to play it. And we are within lethal distance. Last time we got blown up by follow-up ace, but at this point he would have to have drawn all 4, and I just don't believe in that world. So go for the throw. Find a block, and we are in this still. If only that were a 6, I might have lethal off of the 4 attack. So I'm going to go for the cross-up 4. No, I think better of it. No, it's never worked so far. Is it going to work now? It definitely doesn't work now. Immediate refuel with Joker. So something I've got to keep in mind in future games against Shax. And just in general, when it gets down to the wire and not a single Joker's been played, as Rook, you really need to just let them stand up with a block occasionally. He's gone through a fair amount of his deck, so it's not incredibly unlikely that he would have it. Four attack or block, really. Four attack and pray for a queen or a jack off the draw. Nope. On the ground. I've got a decision to make here whether he's willing to play ace-ace here to get the damage in. I still have that Joker. Yeah, so he gets the knockdown and gets a card instead. So let's see what we get off the draw, or what he would have... No, that's right, he would have given us something off the draw, so there's no way it would have led into lethal anyway. Yeah, he's got the lockdown. He doesn't know perfectly the contents of my hand, but he can start to make educated guesses. He knows there's a joker in there. Pretty ballsy throw, but I was expecting him to anticipate the gold burst. What I should have thought is, oh, he probably expects me to use it as a blue burst instead. The 3 attack was very nicely chosen. I've probably got a ton of special blocks and a bunch of 9s in the discard. And actually, he elects to give me a 9 block there. It's kind of interesting. Gives me an even and an odd block. He is going to get 4 cards from this. So he's still in a very strong position, but not sure about those particular cards. Yeah, so he's almost certainly going to be able to power up to get ace-ace again. Again, I should strongly consider breaking Barrier Soul just so he doesn't have that as an option, but I guess at this point he can loop them anyway, so I might choose to try to break the Vortex first. Okay, we have lethal off of 4. Not off of throw. Powered up with the 2s, so undercutting a 3 is possible. It will not be lethal, though. So I should probably swing for the fences instead. Yeah. Plays AA anyway, plays it raw. Should be considering how scared he is of king at this point, which would probably give my blocks way more coverage. Yep, powers up for ace-ace again. So the threat is raw ace-ace, or cross-up or throw if I am blocking. Raw ace-ace beating everything except gold burst, but he's got me locked down tight, so gold burst will not appear. Okay, so we managed to block our way up. Go down to 2 health. And even ace-ace is not enough to save me now. I have to power up here in order to have a chance at drawing a special block. And, you know, don't even have anything from deck, so it's not going to work. Which is unfortunate. But yeah, he's got the checkmate. Puts the queen right on the table. Yeah. So when they have the checkmate, you play around them playing around the other thing. Just play raw ace-ace. Yeah, queen checkmate. Nicely done. So game 3 goes to Shax. Shax goes up 2-1. Got to win 2 in a row. As I screw up my screen. At this point, I am basically locked into Rook, unless I think I can somehow learn how to win Onimaru versus Dugray, which is the obvious thing he switches into if I do beat him with Onimaru. But again, not a great opening hand, but that just means that we're actually going to block this time. And we managed to block first turn Mistress's Command. It's always nice. We've opened throw so many times before. Still have no great options. Does find Barrier Soul. So aim of the game here is he wants to find knockdown somehow. He's going to do it with a throw, a jack, or dodge. You can do it with every combat option. So he finds it with a throw. He could start milling. But we do have stuff to power up with, and again, the 10s aren't doing us much in hand. We should probably get rid of those. Hint, hint. Past self, please get rid of those 10s. For the love of God, why? No. Why do you hate? Yes, okay, yes. Put the 10s. For the love of God. Okay. Good. Alright, yeah. Don't want to start giving away options that soon. Queen 9 and 2 aren't particularly like super important options, but I don't want him to get chained stuff for free. So no blocks. King throw is pretty good. Jack is pretty good. Indecision. No idea what he's going to do. King throw is great if I'm expecting cross-up attempt. Jack is better if I'm expecting single ace. So either would have worked in that situation. I have slightly less good payoff off of the jack here. Although 17 is still pretty good. It does put me on slightly lower hand than I would like, but it does at least project the image of strength. So in this matchup, you really have to squeeze her as hard as possible in the early game. Even if you get knocked down, so long as you don't get knocked down twice in a row, you're probably in pretty good shape. Okay, so the king was the correct call there. What I should be thinking about is... yeah, so I don't think he has the Mistress Command. He does, in fact. He's going to see my shitty hand and probably get rid of my king. The thing to do here in the early game is really to try to prevent her from getting a high hand. Once she's got a high hand, it means she can get a ton of aces. Once she's got a ton of aces, she's got the dominant attack. Her throws activate much better. She's got a lot more options of how to get into the vortex. It's just a bad scene all around. So I am going to do the face-up 9 block, and that does get face-up thrown. Has the other ace, which is very unfortunate for me. This is looking very, very bad. The vortex is super real. Oh, okay. I guess he didn't actually have the other ace, or he's got 2 power-ups here to get 2 aces in hand. Nope, okay. Only single power-up. Triple 8 off of the off the barrier soul. I do think he's gonna attack some more, yeah. So managed to get that. And save those 8s if I really want to, but I have to give up way better options to do so. So instead, I will elect to allow him to give me an 8 if he really wants. So he can either give me a block or get rid of 3 8s, which aren't that great payoff. And I end up getting a block anyway. Hoping I can duff a throw attempt here. Oh, I'll get the cross-up. Even better. Finally works. We get that beautiful 13 damage. Card neutral combo. Still at 4 cards in hand. So he can throw or dodge, or Mistress Command. So blocking only loses to a greedy throw. We have enough blocks now that I can afford to start blocking. Yeah, block a dodge. So we don't give that to him for free. Starting to build up a bit of a hand here. We can start thinking about powering up those jacks to find damage. Okay, nail the throw. Putting him down to 30. We need to find one more throw and ace-ace. On a 4-card hand, I should really block here. Yeah, Jack is fairly good. Okay. So now he starts blocking. After punishing me consistently for going for cross-up attempts, he decides to start blocking. Draw another Jack to replace the one I lost. Again, I still always have to consider if it's going to be throw or Mistress's Command. Very few things that I can get around that with. 5 attack instead. Playing around King. Okay, 5/6 Power Lash for tons of damage. So he's got 3 cards, one of them an ace. Rip King. So King on the chopping block. Going to elect to block this. And luckily he doesn't play something that would get me to draw a card. I'd rather power up the jacks. I don't know why I'm doing with the 4s. Blocks are good. Okay, we find a joker. That's nice. We can, like, jack and joker. Elect to block here. Now he plays immediate queen to get around ace-ace. Gonna play a little careful here. He still has just single ace that we know of. Ugh. Slap to the ground. Gets to draw a card, probably single ace. Yeah, so he's got 2 of them in hand now. 5 into... Oh, okay, no, sorry. I was wrong. Okay, so he has 2 aces and a mystery card. 5 into ace-ace is lethal. Yeah, throw into ace-ace is also lethal. So he's going to get 4 cards back. But I think only one of them can be an ace. We're still okay. We might be able to pull this out. He's been playing this absolutely beautifully. He's been right like an incredible number of times, which is exactly what Persephone needs to do. If she's as right as Rook, Rook wins. If she's got to be much more right. Now, luckily, her kit gives her every possible way that she can maximize the amount of times that she's right. But yeah, no, I can't take anything away from Shax. He's really playing this really nicely. So ace-ace is still on the table. He still has queen. He also has dodge. I figure he's going to go for a dodge. And am wrong. He didn't pick up anything that he can combo that into, I think. Oh, okay. I didn't realize you could combo into queen, I think. But, I mean, I didn't have the joker. And very likely that he was going to follow that up. And Shax takes it. So I am eliminated from International Yomi League Season 4. That is the end of my run. I did a little write-up summary. The long and the short of it is, this was a fantastic season. I didn't do as well as I did last time. Last time I got second in my division, so I automatically qualified for playoffs. So sad that I didn't get to make playoffs this season. Kudos to Shax, but also just kudos to the entire field of people that I played. I think Leontes made a post on the forums about the fact that the strength of the people that are playing this game has just improved dramatically on average. There used to be a very, very strong divide between the top players and everybody else that you could really feel, and the results really showed. And I think that that is just no longer the case. There's some incredibly strong newcomers that it feels like they just came out of nowhere. I'm incredibly pleased by, for instance, oh, Freezebug. Freezebug has just like had a tear through this IYL. He's shown really good results in other tournaments. That's the one that comes to mind immediately. But just everybody has upped their game tremendously. Another basically Persephone main, Fluffiness has torn up his division, playing basically, I think, mono Persephone, a character widely considered one of the worst in the cast, and the character I just lost to. Shax has played very well. He goes on to qualify for the playoffs. And just generally, it's just a really exciting time. It's great. I hope that everybody that joined during this IYL sticks around for a very, very long time, and just keeps improving and upping the game of competitive Yomi online, because it's incredible. It's a really, really, really fun time to be involved in the game. The challenge is massive. And the rewards, like, it feels way better to be playing against, tough opponents all the time. I said on Twitter, you can't sleep on anybody anymore. There's like very, very few players that you can absolutely just walk up to and say, okay, I feel confident that I can take this. At least at my skill level, that's the case. But anyway, that's enough rambling from me. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this IYL season. Again, sorry about the player cam. That will be back going forward. And I will bring you many, many more matches as soon as I catch up on my work. And I will see you all next time.